Oh, no, Chuck. Oh, no. That's my girl, buddy. I'm waiting on her, too. All right. Echolink seems to be working here, but let's see who else is out there. KE8BHQ, are you listening on Echolink?
KE8BHQ, I'm here, Nick.
All right, man. We got your regular routine tonight. You're on Echolink now. You'll be on the mobile on the way home.
That's affirmative. I will talk to you in a little bit. This is KE8BHQ, and I'll be clear on your final.
All right, buddy. You be safe on your drive home. I got you checked in here for the big show, so I'll just have Dustin call you at the top of the hour. Talk to you later on. I'm going to clear with KE8BHQ. I got one more there, lurker there. Let's see if Lucy's Echolink is working better now than it was this afternoon on the Boredom Breaker net. KE8YUK, KD8SLG. Are you out there, Miss Lucy?
Oh, that was the bird. KE8YUK to the net, question mark?
No, hasn't started yet. It's just Nick.
Oh, hi, just Nick. It's just Nick. Yeah, I actually just walked in because I had Echolink up on my laptop, and Josh thought there were other people in the house. Bird, so help me. And he decided he didn't want to go to the radio room, so we came in here just in time. So, yeah, we're here. I'm going to go throw him down a staircase. Not actually, but KE8YUK. Back to the AQ. My brain is not working tonight, but it's okay. It rarely does.
Yeah, Lucy, you'll find things go a lot easier when you're brain dead most of the time. That's been my life experience. All right, I've got you in there. Do I? No, I don't. I'm going to put you on the list. And your lesser half as well. What's his call sign again? KE8VKA? Is that right? Yeah, that's it. All right, I got both of you sticking around. Say hi to little baby for me. Hi, baby. Hi, Josh. I got you guys on the list. So there. Let's see what Mark's up to. KG4SCK, bagging these nuts. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, good evening there, Nick. Well, I can honestly say I'm getting nuttier every day. Hi.
You know, I've been known to say you're nuttier than squirrel poop. You keep bagging those nuts, man. You're going to be our lead-off batter tonight. You got the first swing at the trivia question tonight. KE8QKO's got trivia. So, there. All right, man. I got you on the list as well. We'll talk to you at the bottom of the hour. I'll give you a call there when we get the party started. I only got one more lurker there on my monitor list. KE8TQR. Keith, are you out there? And would you like me to put you on the list there, buddy?
KD8SLG, KE8TQR. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of tired tonight. I don't want to have to fight my way in like I did this afternoon on the Boredom Breaker net. So if you'd put me on that list, I'd appreciate it.
Buddy, I was watching you there on the blue screen. I was waiting for you to break this afternoon. A couple of those rounds were pretty savage, were they not?
That's a true fact right there. There were a couple there that I don't know how many people were trying to check in at the same time, but I don't know how you got anything out of that. It was just noise to me, but yes, please put me on the list. KD8SLG, KE8TQR.
You're on it there, Keith. You're on it. And it's all about, you just choose one voice and listen for it and ignore the other people. they can get in on the next round. I hope Dustin's listening. Oh, going to clear with KEATQR. You are on the list. There's one more there. WB8CXO. Michael, I haven't spoken to you in a while. You've been in and out the last couple of times. Are you out there tonight? All right, there, Mike. Don't waste too much. Don't waste too much brain space on us, there, man. Sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. If I actually think about what I'm going to say and practice it, then I completely forget to say it. So. I just started kind of shooting from the hip here, as most of you can probably tell. I got you on the list there, Mike. WB8CXO, KD8SLG. And there's Eddie, W3ETB. We're going to add Eddie to the list. He doesn't like to fight to get in either. Do you, Eddie? Got you in there, buddy. We've already tested Echolink tonight, so... do you want to give a test there, Eddie?
NAWHR.
Oh, that wasn't me, but yes. Thank you there. Yes, it's always tough to get in, and I was having a tough time this morning trying to get with, but I was in the process of my which was a rare opportunity, and able to say I was out because the lawnmower was running, and I wanted to just leave sitting there running. Talk later, Nick. WTB, back to KD8SLG.
All right, Eddie, we got you in there. I heard N8WHR. Mike in Brunswick. It's been a minute. How are you there, Mike? What's going on?
Oh, not too bad. Just hard to get in. If you could just put me down as in and out.
W8WKY.
That's why I'm here, Mike, to pad the numbers. Hey, man, I'm going to try to get a hold of you at some point in the coming weeks and months. I'd really like to get our little round table simplex thing going again on the weekends for C4 FM and whatnot. You still be into that at some point in the near future?
Absolutely.
Cool, man. Well, I got you on the list tonight. I checked you in and out. Hopefully you'll stick around and listen in. And if you decide you want to participate, just jump back in and say so. KD8SLG, clear with N8WHR. Kids, I'm going to step away for a minute. I'm going to grab a Mountain Dew Zero and make room for it. And I will be back shortly. KD8SLG.
WBHGKV, in case you don't get me, check me in case I don't make it in on time. But I'll be there. WBHGKV, I wanted to check in a couple minutes early, but I always do the wrong timing.
WBATKV, KD8SLG. I got you on the list there, Ed. I heard you as I was walking away. I got speakers here as well as a headset. All right, everybody, we got a minute till the girl does her thing, so let's all just stand by, wait for the announcement, and then we'll kick this thing off. KD8SLG standing by.
Hey, just Nick, could you do me a favor and check me in and out this evening? Sorry I'm going to miss sticking around for festivities, but I wanted to make sure I got in and got you to pad the numbers even further. And hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to you tomorrow morning. KD8SLG, WA8KOC, 7-3, pal.
WA8KOC, KD8SLG, you get some sleep. You got to be up dark and early tomorrow morning. It's an ungodly hour of the barometer net. You know I'll be there. I got PT at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so I'll be trying to get in on the first early round of check-ins there, Fred. Thanks for stopping by. KD8SLG, clear with WA8KOC. The girl is up.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST. Welcome to the Beacon Net pre-show. We meet here every Wednesday and Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 o'clock Tulsa time, where we light up the nighttime airwaves here on the Beacon Net. Early check-ins are a half hour beforehand. That's why I'm here right now. Your net control operator for the pre-show tonight is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf KD8SLG. My personal is Nick November India Charlie Kilo. Just Nick. Like I said, I'm going to be taking early check-ins and in and outs for the Beacon Net starting at the top of the hour. Before I start taking check-ins, let's do our as is tradition here on the Beacon Net. Let's check in with the Beacon Net crew, make sure everybody's radio is working right, they're grabbing the right microphone, and they are on the right band. Of course, a lot of things can change in a half hour. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Are you out there, Dustin, ready to do it again?
Well, KD8SLG, this is KD8EPC. Some people might say I'm out there, others say I'm not, so regardless, I am here. I'm sitting in front of the computer and the radio, and we'll be ready for the net come net time. This is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, buddy, you're making a solid trip into the machine tonight. Good to have you on board. Dustin takes over in 29 minutes. Next up, we got KE8QKO. He's doing trivia tonight. Nick, KE8QKO, are you out there? KD8SLG, KE8QKO. Yes, sir, I'm out here standing by for trivia at 10 o'clock. With that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO. All right, Nick, sounding good. Thanks for doing trivia tonight. And fine business on Sunday night, man. That was a good net. Going to clear with KE8QKO. Next up, we got AB8MO. Andy, I don't see you connected. Maybe you're getting in some other way. Andy, are you out there? AB8MO, KD8SLG. All right, nothing heard from Andy. We'll send him a text message, would you please, Dustin? KE8QWE, Mike, just heard you on the Worcester Net. How are you doing tonight? And let's see how you're sounding over here on the 3-9.
Kilo Echo Aqua, Beck Whiskey Echo. Nick, I sound like me. You sound perfect. Absolutely no noise. Absolute perfection there. Some days, maybe I'll get close. But for right now, no. Okay, I am here. I'm ready. I don't have any assigned duties, but I am here. So, with that being said, this is Kilo Echo Aqua, Beck Whiskey Echo, back to KD8SLG.
Mike, you sound marvelous. Good to have you on board. All right, I still haven't seen Andy connect anywhere, so I'll just tell you all who I have here on the list so far, and then we'll start taking some check-ins, and then we'll work who we got. Whew, let me take a breath here. Who we got so far? WB4AIZ, Chuck, KG4SCK, Mark, KE8BHQ, Benjamin, WB8CXO, Michael, K5CFY, Ray, KE8YUK, Lucy, KE8VKA, Josh, KE8TQR, Keith, W3ETB, Eddie, N8WHR, Mike, WB8GKB, Ed, WA8KOC, Fred, KC0LRM, Kelly, got you in there, KE8VZA, Eric, and KA8MNT, Tom. Saw you on the monitor list there, Tom. I'm going to grab you real quick because I think you're in and out tonight. KA8MNT. You want to do an in and out and be able to get up in time for the barometer net tomorrow morning there, Tom?
KD8SLG. This is KA8MNT. Well, believe it or not, I think I'm going to stick around a little bit just to see what goes on here at night. But I will guarantee I'll be there at the barometer net in the morning. I wake up quite early, unfortunately. So with that, I'll turn everything back over to KD8SLG.
Well, all right, Tom's sticking around for the really big show tonight. All right, Tom. I got you in there. Well, let's take some check-ins, and then I'll talk to the other folks that are already in here. This is KD8SLG. I am taking early check-ins and in and outs for the beacon net that starts at the top of the hour. I'm listening.
Kilo Delta 2 Hotel Charlie Echo will be in and out listening.
Jason, Big Prairie. I'm mobile. I'll be in and out.
Kilo Bravo 5 Victor Delta Bravo. Ron in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma in the bunch in and out.
W8WK.
Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Hotel Golf, all in and out tonight.
Well, all right, we got a nice little string of in and outs there tonight. KD2HCE, Chris, thanks for stopping by. K9CKY, Jason down in Big Prairie. Good to hear from you, my man. It was nice talking to you on the 275 this afternoon. We'll do that again sometime soon. KB5VDB, Ron and his bunch. I got you in and out there tonight, Ron. Thanks for stopping by. And KE8WHG, Paul, got you in and out as well. One more round of check-ins, and we'll start talking. Anybody else out there? KD8SLG, I'm listening.
KB8LNK will be in and out tonight.
Well, all right. Well, there's my neighbor and friend and vice presidential limo driver on the weekends. KB8LNK. Ron, thanks for popping your head in and saying hi. Good to hear you out there, man. We're going to get that 4100 working, I promise. All right, man. Let's go back up to the top of the list here. Let's see if I think Chuck is still sticking around to say hi. He said he wanted to hear the girl tonight. WB4AIZ, however, he is no longer connected, so we're not going to go that direction. But Chuck was in and out. WB4AIZ, Chuck, thanks for being here. KG4SCK, Mark, you're going to be our leadoff batter tonight if you're sticking around. Are you sticking around for trivia?
Oh, yeah, man. For sure. I'm still here. KG4SDK.
All right, Mark. I got you sticking around. K8BHQ Benjamin was in here earlier tonight. He's in transition. Dustin will give him a call at the top of the hour. He should be back to his QTH by then. WB8CXO, Michael, have you thought of something to say? And are you sticking around with us tonight? you're pretty far up on the list. Why don't you stick around and iron out that confusion? What do you think? All right, Mike, I got you sticking around. Get it clear with WB8CXO. K5CFY, Ray out in Tulsa. How are you doing tonight, Ray? And fine business this afternoon on the border breaker net there, my friend. And are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
KD8 SLG in the net, K5CFY. Yes, sir. I'll be hanging around here. And, boy, the blue screen is getting kind of rough. Anyway, I'll jump off here. Let's get down to Miss Lucy there. Catch you later. K5CFY.
Well, the blue screen's not going to be all that rough tonight. Nothing like Sunday nights when Alan's in there stirring it up. Ray, I'm glad to have you here, Ray. Kind of clear with K5CFY. And let's check back in with Miss Lucy. KE8YUK. Hi, Lucy. Are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
I just saw Dustin's message come through on the blue screen. I would say it's not that rough, but it is entertaining. But when is it not? I think I'm sticking around for the whole show. I am dragging, but we'll see what happens. I hope to. And save my commentary for later. Otherwise, I'll use it all now. Ha, ha, ha. Back to net control, KD8 SLG. This is KD8YUK.
Okay, Lucy. I got you on there sticking around. I have actually been in the blue screen when it wasn't fun a couple of times, so watch out for that. Let's talk to Josh if he's handy. KE8DKA, Josh. Haven't talked to you in a minute. How you doing, man?
W8WKY repeater P.
There we go. We figured it out. KD8 SLG, this is KD8VK. Good evening, Nick. Nice to talk to you. Good to hear you on the radio. Yeah, I haven't been on the radio much since I talked to you Friday, I think. So, maybe, well, I guess I was on HF this weekend, so. But, yeah, I'll be sticking around. Looking forward to it. I'll probably make my way down to the radio room and not be utilizing the laptop and Echolink. But, looking forward to it. Thanks for picking me up. Back to you there, Nick. Talk to you in a bit. KD8VK, back to KD8 SLG.
KE8DKA. Josh is all grown up. Playing on HF, doesn't have time for us miscreants, us peons down here, or up here, depending on your point of view, on 2 meters. I see how you are, Josh. I see how you are. I got to get with you, man, and work out how we can do that 991A thing to change YSF networks. It's driving me nuts. I can't do it, and you did. I'm going to be picking your brain. Good to have you on board, Josh, and I'm giving you a hard time. KE8VKA, KDSLG. Next up is Keith, KE8TQR. Keith, you sticking around tonight?
KD8SLG, KE8TQR. Yes, I'm going to be sticking around tonight. Want to play some trivia, and I'll try to answer the trivia question before I start to talk so I don't forget.
All right, man. I was just making sure you're still awake. Good to have you on board, Keith. Keith. I'm trying to remember what your Klingon name was right now. It'll come back to me. Glad to have you on board, Keith. Going to clear with KE8TQR. Next up, we got Eddie. Already checked in with Eddie real quick, but let's just make sure he's still out there and alive. Eddie, you want to try your connection again?
Yes, Nick, I'm still here and trying to fill in for Alan until Alan gets here. plenty of you here, so, and just reminiscing about some of my younger days when I was back about 6 years old, and had an aunt and uncle in actually Sykesville, Maryland, and my uncle used to have an outhouse. So anyway, I'm here, and I'll hopefully probably till the end of the net tonight anyway, so not much else going on. So back to you there.
All right, we're going to clear with Eddie, W3ETB. This is the W8WKY repeater. This is the Beacon Net pre-show, starting at the top of the hour. And next on the list, we have WB8GKV. Ed, I heard you in there. Got you in there. You're sounding good tonight. Are you going to stick around for the trivia question?
Yeah, we'll be sticking around. I'm downstairs. I was kind of fooling up this other the TV VCR recorder messing with. I got my hands are full, but I guess I made it in because I'm on the link instead of the other deal there. Yeah, we'll be sticking around there, and looking forward to seeing what's going on the net there. WB8GKV.
All right, Ed, I got you sticking around. Your signal's great tonight there, buddy. Good to have you on board. N8WHR Mike and WA8KOC Fred were in and out, and I got a couple here I added from the blue screen. Let's make sure I wasn't being presumptive. KZ0LRM Kelly, are you out there tonight, and are you sticking around for trivia?
W8WKY.
Trivia, and thanks for getting me in there. Not a problem. I wouldn't miss it. Everybody out there have a good day, and I'm waiting for the trivia question. Let you count down the list. Have a good one. Next.
All right there, Kelly, you got me trained. When you show up there, I put you on the list. No worries, man. Going to clear with KC0LRM, who's sticking around. Let's check in with Eric up in Strongsville, KE8VZA. Eric, my man, are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
KD8SLG, this is KE8VZA. Hey there, Nick. Yes, I'm going to stick around for the trivia. And it looks like I got the right VFO this time. Good thing, because I'm out of nickels. KE8VZA, back to you, Nick.
Oh, buddy, I got a jaw full of nickels here next to my microphones. So no worries, man. You need a few nickels, I can throw some your way. We should probably throw a few at the KE8UIB there, too. He's looking for that $5 dream. A nickel at a time. All right, KA8MNT. Tom, just talked to you. You're sticking around. I got a whole slew of in and outs here. I'm going to recognize them right now so Dustin doesn't have to do it again. And then we're going to be talking to Jairus, AI5Q. So we had KD2HCE, Chris, K9CKY, Jason, KB5VDB, Ron, KC5PMT, Amanda, KD5PFG, Lacey, KE5NRP, Robert, KE5NRQ, Brian, KE8WHG, Paul, and KB8LNK. Ron, we're all in and out. Let's see what's going on with Jairus out there tonight. AI5Q. Haven't talked to you in a minute or two either there, buddy. What's going on with you tonight? Are you just checking in and out, or are you going to stick around for the net?
WRYG481. AI5Q. Hi. I'll stick around for the net. Just got done picking the kids up from their first Sunday school on Wednesday night, so we call it religious education as opposed to Sunday school because it's not on Sunday anymore. But they had a youth group afterwards, and they didn't know to come find me in the parking lot, and most of the doors to get into the church were locked, so we had a little bit of confusion there, but we finally got it settled out, and they found me, and I found them, and we made it back home. So here I am, hanging out in the shack and listening along. So yeah, I'll try and stick around for the net. I don't think anything's going to come up, but you never know with 5 kids, something may happen. So there you go. AI5Q back to KD8SLG.
KI5Q, KD8SLG. You triggered a flashback, man. I remember distinctly that my youth church group, we met on Wednesday nights as well. It was called the CYC, Christian Youth Crusaders. I remember it quite well. And I'll tell you all a story about my mom if we don't get any business here in the next 10 minutes. Jairus, it's good to have you on board. I'm sure Dustin will look forward to giving you a holler there at the top of the hour. Going to clear with AI5Q. And he's the bottom of the list right now. Let's see if anybody else is out there wants to get in on this action for the Beacon Net tonight on the W8WKY repeater. This is KD8SLG. I'm listening.
KE8QFT, Red and Medina. Papa Julia Whiskey, KW Philip in Twinsburg.
N8JIW, November 8, Juliet India Whiskey, Don in Shaker.
All right, let me pick it up here real quick. KE8QFT, Fred, I got you in there. You snuck in on the list there with me. I didn't see you there, buddy. Thanks for checking in. K8PJW, Phil, I got you in there as well. I heard a Sierra Mike. I believe that was a lair. I'll get back with you in a second there, a lair. And I JIW, Don in there. The Sierra Mike, was that a lair?
Yeah, it was me, KLI4S. I must have been.
Yeah, you were on a little bit of a little fender bender there, but I thought I recognized your voice. I got you in there, Lair. I see Andy joined the party, or at least the Newberry repeater did, so I'm thinking that's Andy. Let's jump back up and see if Andy's there. AB8MO, Andy, is that you linking up the Newberry repeater?
Yeah, that's me, AB8MO. I'm on Newberry. Troubleshooting my node. So far, so good. I've got it connected in receive only. I haven't had any app crashes since I dumped absolutely everything on it, including the cache, and we'll see where it goes. So I'll throw it back to you. Thank you, Nick. This is AB8MO.
All right, Andy, I do see that you do have the 55581 connected as well. So, well, thanks. Maybe we'll get some traffic from the W8OKE015 repeater up there as well tonight. Let's see what happens. Glad you made it, Andy. Good to hear you. Going to clear with AB8MO. Uncle Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing tonight there, Fred? And are you sticking around for trivia?
Yeah, I'll be here for trivia. Don't know how the Cards did today. I know they were winning 5-0 and managed to let the Giants tie them at 5. So, our starting pitcher, I think he went like 6 innings. He gave a 1 run, so naturally they got him out of there and let the other guy come in, and the rest is history. But I don't know if they won or not. They're out of it anyway. Other than that, not much to report. K8QFT. Thanks for picking me up. Thanks to everyone on the net, those who make it fly, and I'll return to pre-net. K8QFT, back to pre-net.
All right, Fred, I got you sticking around. Good to hear from you, KE8QFT. You go Google something and see how the Ians did. Just call them the Ians now. For everybody who wants to call them the Guardians or Indians, I'm not going to get in the middle of that. We'll just call them the Ians. Clearing with KE8QFT, let's talk to Phil, K8PJW. Phil, how are you doing tonight there, my friend? Welcome back from Alaska. And are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
KD8SLG, K8PJW. Good evening, just Nate, and all the Beacon pre-netters out there. Good to hear everyone. Yeah, I'm going to stick around this time. Last time my battery crapped out, so I couldn't get back in to give my answer. So I got a new battery in here, so we should be good to go. We'll wait for the net for the rest of the story. This is KEPGW. Back to you.
All right, Phil. Good to hear from you, man. We haven't heard from Alaska Mike in a couple of rounds, so I hope all's good with him, and maybe we'll hear from him later tonight. Good to have you on board, Phil. Got you in there, sticking around. Going to clear with K8PJW, KY4SM, Malaire. What's going on, man? Got you out there. Are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
Yeah, hello, you Nick. Hello, along with that KY4SM here. Yeah, everything's all right over here. It was another cloudy day. No rain, though, so it's good. I don't think I'll be sticking around this time around. Sorry about last time. I got a net that actually happened around the start of the net, and I completely forgot, so unfortunately won't be sticking around. Let's try getting NetLogger up, and maybe perhaps play along with the trivia. But anyways, KY4SM, back to you.
All right, Alaire. Well, thanks for stopping by tonight. Got you in and out there. It's good to hear from you. Going to clear with KY4SM. Let's go up to Shaker Heights. Donald, N8JIW. How you doing tonight? What's going on in your world? And are you going to stick around for the really big show starting in about 4 minutes?
I will be around it, net, and participate in the trivia. So thanks for asking. And I will also just be listening. And as a first time I checked in here, but I'm going to be listening. It sounds there's some good information. So I'll be listening for some of that info. So good evening to everyone on the net, and back to you, Nick. KD8SLG. Here's N8JIW, Don in Shaker Heights.
N8JIW, KD8SLG. Oh, welcome to the show there, Don. Good to have you on board. And I see you were coming in through the Newberry repeater, so we're getting some use out of that connection tonight. That's awesome. Great to have you on board. Dustin takes over in a little over 2.5 minutes, and then we'll get this party started for real. Going to clear with N8JIW, KC8FQV, King Charles 8 Fox Queen Victor. This is KD8SLG. Good evening, Mark. I saw you pop in there on the monitors list, so I threw you on. Are you out there? Have you got anything for us to say? And I know you're sticking around, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
All right, Nick and everyone else. Yeah, I've done good today for getting around. I didn't accomplish what I should have accomplished. But, yeah, I seen my polka show I normally miss at 6:30. Just slips by. It's in the calendar, I think I have it. Remind me. I got my Zoom session out there with them in Puget Sound. I checked in with Wayne County. I checked in with the Carter's group. So I've checked around. So I've been around. So I felt good today after I got this all done. So, yep, we'll be around. K6QV.
KC8FQV, KD8SLG. You know, Mark, sometimes I say it's not a net unless KC8FQV checks into it. All right, folks, we got a minute and 10 seconds left here. I could do announcements, or I could ask for a couple more check-ins. So anybody else out there want to get in on the Beacon Net starting in 1 minute here on the WKY repeater? This is KD8SLG. I'm listening.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Nick. WV 3K. Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Phil and Canal Fulton.
This is KG5SYC with KF5ADE, Cibolo, Texas.
All right, let me grab it. We picked up WV3K Phil, KG5SYC, Sandy, KF5ADE, Nick, and there was a little bit of a dead key there from the dewdrop in. Whoever that was, nothing got through. All right, let's find out who's sticking around here from this latest group of check-ins. WV3K Phil, are you going to stick around tonight, or are you just popping in to say hi?
KD8SLG, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Yeah, Nick, I just woke up. I'd been on and off sleeping through the rest of the day. My back was hurting me, and I was really tired after going down and spending a couple hours at the hospital at the VA. Oh, jeez, the commercial. So anyway, I'm going to try to stick around. If I end up dozing off here, I'll probably just go back upstairs and lie down. But I did want to come in and say hello. So back to you, pre-net, and thank you, Nick, for grabbing me while I was able to. WV3K, back to net control.
WV3K, KD8SLG. Good sleeping weather, my man. It's good sleeping weather. Take advantage of it. Good to have you on board, Phil. Let's check in with Nick and Sandy before I pass this thing over to Dustin. KG5SYC. Are you and Nick sticking around for trivia tonight, Miss Sandy?
This is KG5SYC, and you know my answer. So we'll just leave it at that, because you know we stick around and give you a hard time. We don't have a blue screen up right now, so we'll come later. At any rate, it's been a long day, and I guess when Dustin comes around and you're still listening, well, we'll spill it all. Between Nick and I, we've got a lot to say. And so, yes, the Cibolo group is sticking around. KG5SYC with KF5ADE. Back to you, net control.
All right there, Sandy, got you on the list. And sticking around, hi, Sandy, hi, Nick. KG5SYC, KF5ADE. You guys are going to round out my half hour here. It's time for Dustin to take over a couple minutes ago. I want to thank everybody who was here for the pre-show tonight. We got everybody lined up and ready to go. Things are going to move very quickly tonight, I can already tell. Thanks again. This is KD8SLG. It's time for Dustin to light up the nighttime airwaves. KD8EPC, take it away, Dustin.
All right, thank you there, Nick, and we'll deduct a couple of zeros for taking a couple extra minutes. Hi. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Dewdrop Inn, and various other repeaters throughout the country, so we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit, so we hear everything you have to say. All right, before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show that'd like to check into the BeaconNet, please say or call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Charlie 5 Romeo Bravo Golf KC5 RBG Shannon in Tulsa.
All right, looks like Nick did pretty good. We only picked up one there, and that's KC5 Real Big Guns. Shannon, we got you on the list there. All right, we got about 39 on the list here. So before we go any further, we're going to go up here. We're going to talk to our master of trivia for the evening. Nick at Night, KQKO, what do you have for us this evening?
Good evening, Dustin, and good evening, everyone on the net. I am KQKO, and I will have your trivia question this evening. For which state is the state bird the scissor-tailed flycatcher? I'll read the options here. It's Alpha, Alaska, Bravo, Oklahoma, Charlie, Pennsylvania, or Delta, the Commonwealth of Cornwaldo being. Let me read that again. For which state is the state bird the scissor-tailed flycatcher? Your options are Alpha, Alaska, Bravo, Oklahoma, Charlie, Pennsylvania, or Delta, the Commonwealth of Cornwaldo being. And with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you. This is KQKO.
All right there, Nick. Well, thank you so much. I certainly do appreciate that trivia, and I'm going to think about it. But let's start out here at the top of the list with KG4SCK. Mark, take it away.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Let's see. Scissor-tail flycatcher. Alaska went straight to my head before the answers came out. So, that's what I'm going to go with. A, Alaska. And hope we hear Frozen Radio on the air this evening. KG4SCK, back to net control.
All right there, Mark. Well, we got you down for answer A, and it certainly is great to hear you out there this evening, my friend. So we'll say 73 to you for the moment, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go talk to Ben now. KBHQ, take it away.
Good evening, Dustin. This is KE8BHQ. I think, just to get out of the way for trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha for Alaska. It's a total guess, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. And I don't really have much for traffic tonight, other than I also hooked up a CB radio in the truck, and I'm going to try to make it to the picnic this weekend. Hopefully I can, depending on my schedule. So hopefully I'll see you guys all there. This is KE8BHQ, and I'll give it back to net control.
All right there, Ben. Well, thanks so much for joining us this evening. We got you down for answer A there, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you at the picnic also. Let's go on down the list and talk to WB8CXO. Mike, good evening. Thanks for running the net there on YouTube for us. Go ahead. right there, Mike. Well, so great to hear you out there. That's definitely interesting stuff. I'll have to go on YouTube later and look it up and see if I can't see what it's all about. No noise on sideband. Boy, that's the future. That'll be something else. Mike, thanks again for joining us, my friend. It's great to hear you out there, and we got you down for answer D this evening. All right, let's go over to Oklahoma and talk to Mr. Ray, K5 CFY. Good evening.
KD8 EPC in the group. This is K5 CFY. Good evening, Mr. Dustin. Appreciate you getting me in here. And I'm gonna go with D. It's got to be the Commonwealth of Cornwall. I'm sure that's it. Where else would there be a flycatcher? Anyway, that's about all I got, Dustin. And you and Nick did a great job on the border breaker net today. And it looks like you got a pile of them here tonight as well. So you guys are great. Catch you later. 73, everybody. K5 CFY.
All right there, Ray. Well, we got you down for answer D this evening, and you also did an excellent job this afternoon. I listened to your hour, but didn't get to check back in. I was busy doing other things, so there you go. For anybody who doesn't know, Ray is one of the wonderful net controllers for the Boredom Breaker net, which is every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. Ray, thanks so much for joining us, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's see here. K8YUK, Lucy, take it away.
K8YUK to KD8 EPC and the net. Hi, everybody. For those Boredom Breaker net know, I have kind of a crazy day. I was fighting off the bureaucrats who are trying to raise our property taxes, even though we have a moat dug around half of our house right now. A corner of cat pee, which is either a dead animal, the cat pee, or the mold in the other corner of the house. So you try to tell me I'm paying more for this, and I have stronger words. What is there in the broken floors? There's so much. Honestly, it's a good house. I'm grateful for what we have, and I can't complain about a ton, but I do anyway. So I talked with them, and now I'm really, really, really angry with how Apple works, because my phone was getting full, and I decided, I should probably do something about that, but then I overloaded one of my Google accounts because that's how I was getting it off my phone. So now I'm playing this giant juggling game between the multiple Google accounts that I have just to clear off the phone that isn't charging half the time. So I'm about darn ready to switch to an Android, which Josh is overjoyed by, and I really don't care. I just want it to function, and I want my photos to be safe and not scrambled garbage whenever it's on a non-Apple device. So we're having a great time. So I'm kind of grouchy. But, yeah, hopefully sleep and fixing these photos will mend that situation. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh, yeah, my answer to the trivia. I heard Scissortailed Flycatcher, and I went, I know this answer. I'm a bird person. And then I got the states, and I went, oh, and none of those were what I thought it was. So I can come up with reasons why it could be any of them. So I think I am going to end up going with Pennsylvania. I'm going to go with C, even though I'm sorely tempted by Oklahoma. Partially because it's Oklahoma, and partially because I don't remember who. Is it RBG who always goes with Oklahoma? So kind of tempted, but I will stick with C because I have family in Pennsylvania. If you've ever gone to the Intellect Farm stand out there in Erie, Pennsylvania, those are my relatives. This is my dad's cousins. All right, with that, I'm going to pass it back to Net Control. Thank you all for making my evening lighter. And good night, God bless, and God love you.
W8WKY.
All right there, Lucy. Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. And I don't know, personally, for me, having a moat around my house would be quite the selling point. So there you go. But hopefully everything went well there today. And I did receive your forward email from Nick there, so we're looking forward to that too. So Lucy will say 73 to you for now. Have a great evening, and thanks again for joining us. KVKA, Josh, good evening, my friend. How are you?
KD8EPC in the Beacon Net. This is K8VKA. Apparently doing better than my wife.
I don't want to talk about it.
Anyways, I'm doing good. I was going to come in and say K8VKA, ham radio operator, and moat digger. That project is going well. The basement waterproofing is going well. Let me think. I got the holes patched that are in the wall, so that's good. I think I just have one more I have to patch. I ran out of hydraulic cement. My dad is hopefully going to come over this weekend and help me lay some new drain line, and then I can tar the wall down below the grade, and we can paint the wall above the grade with dry and fill up the wall along the down there in the hole with rock, and then cover it all up with dirt and start growing grass before it gets too cold to do that. So that's where we're at on that project. It's only been about 2 weeks, so we're getting somewhere. And work was all right today. It was pretty good, and yeah, happy to be down here playing on the radio. I was playing with 275. I was going to come in on there, but there was so much packet left. I didn't want to be all garbled. So exploring Yaesu System Fusion is what I'm doing. I'm going to take a break for time. Anyways, my answer to the trivia question, I'm just going to go with D for Cronwaldo Bean. And yeah, so thanks for running the net, Dustin. Good to hear you, and I'll talk to you all on the blue screen. 7-3s, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. KEABK, back to net control.
All right there, Josh. We're glad to have you with us this evening, and I hope you get all those projects done soon. I certainly don't miss my days of laying drain pipes and all that kind of good stuff, especially in basements when you got to haul out the old concrete and debris and bring in fresh gravel. No fun at all. So we got you down for answer D. We'll say 73 to you for now, and have yourself a great evening. Let's go down to Keith now. K8TQR, good evening.
KD8EPC, KE8TQR. Good evening tonight, Dustin. It's good talking to you again today. I just want to thank you and Nick for running the net tonight, and also the first hour on the Boredom Breaker net today. It was good hearing everybody there, and good hearing everybody here tonight. I'm going to do my trivia question now because I always forget and you have to ask me. I'm going with B for Bravo. B for Bravo is my answer. With that, I'll just wish everybody a great Wednesday night, and hope the rest of the week goes well for everyone, and just say 73 and send it back to you in net control, Dustin. KE8TQR.
All right there, Keith. Well, we got you down for answer B this evening, and we thank you for checking into all these nets with us. We couldn't do it without all our wonderful check-ins, so we certainly do appreciate it. We'll say 73 to you for now. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log, my friend. W3ETB Eddie, hopefully not on the mower this time. Go ahead.
No, the mower was kind of an in-between type of thing, so I turned on Echolink on my phone just as I had started mowing grass, and I said, okay, I better stop so I can try to get checked in. There was a few people ahead of me, and I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and mow more, and then I mowed a little bit more, and then, I tried again, and I said, okay, I better just go stay in and out. But let's get back to the trivia question. I'm sure that Cornwaldo, being plenty of corn cobs, outhouse, a fly, probably, but that's not my answer. Alaska has flies in the probably, and they probably would have some fly catchers, but Oklahoma has more flies, probably even than Pennsylvania. I don't know. Pennsylvania. We go with Oklahoma as B for the flycatcher. So we'll take up too much more time with it and bore everybody with the corn and everything. I'm going to go ahead and say 73 for Dustin. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And you take care. Have a great night. This is W3TB, and I'll be clear.
All right there, Eddie. Well, great to hear you twice in one day, my friend, and we certainly do appreciate you stopping by and saying hello this evening. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. And now I'm going to go way down here to the bottom of the list because he doesn't have too much time. KI5DAY all day long. Alan, take it away.
This is weird. I had to switch apps. I'm on, I had to take my earplugs out so you could hear me on Echolink, but I was on Ragchew app, and then I had to take the earplugs out, jump over to Echolink. So can you hear me?
Yeah, affirmative. You're coming in just fine. Go ahead.
Well, I had no idea that Ragchew.app would work on a cell phone, but it does. I'm working on using an iPhone 13. I do got to go in there and change the app and put my first name in there with my call sign, and I don't appreciate that. That's not very nice, so I could go in there and figure out how to change that. But, yeah, I was kind of freaked out. I was just like, okay, that can actually go to Ragchew.app on my phone, and I knew I could see the log and stuff, but I had no idea you could still chat in there on a cell phone. But, yeah, you can, so... Anybody wants to use that, it works pretty well. Anyways, just a rough night at the office, but we're getting through it. Just got about another hour and a half to go, roughly, and we'll be out of here. So thought I would check in, and I'll utilize this maybe Sunday night. It's pretty late back out of here on Sunday nights, late, because it's only 2 crews, and it's a lot of elbow room, so hopefully I can participate pretty well. And, yeah, I might just shoot you guys ahead of time before Sunday, Sunday night alternative trivia question. Maybe that evening I'll shoot it to you ahead of time before the net. And you can remind everybody about no cheating or Googling and all that stuff. So, KI5DAY back to net, everybody. Have a good night. 73.
All right there, Alan. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we certainly appreciate you coming in here tonight. We're going to miss you on Sunday nights when you're working, but hopefully you can get in, and that's very cool that that app is working for you. I'm going to have to see if I can get that working on Android, because that could come in handy quite a bit. So 73, my friend, have a great evening. And before you go, I think I missed your trivia answer.
KI5DAY returning. Whatever the trivia question, I saw it. My answer will be whichever letter it is for the scissor-tailed flycatcher. It's one of my favorite birds. They're very aggressive, rough birds, and they'll whoop a dog if they get a hold of one. But anyway, they'll try. By the way, somebody doubled with us in there, Justin, earlier. They were asking about the app that I was just talking about. So it does work pretty well. But somebody did come in there asking about the app.
All right. Well, let's see here. If you want to go ahead and tell us about the app a little more for whoever was asking, we'd appreciate it.
W8WKY.
All right there. Well, we'll say 73 to you then. Alan, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you there down the log, my friend. All right, let's go back up the list and talk to Ed, WB8GKV. Take it away.
Well, I've been waiting. I was right over by the HT that's on the outdoor antenna. A little better response there. WB8GKV is here. And I don't know the answer on that one. I'm going to pick A, because my first choice, I don't know why. I was thinking of Alaska. I don't know why. But if I didn't take that one, I would have taken PA. Pennsylvania, but I will take A on that one. And I will say good evening to everybody onto the net. And then you're hearing the outdoor antennas, the one that's vertical instead of the horizontal. So I know it's probably pretty good, but let's see what else is going on here. Good to hear everybody in here as usual. Let's see, this is Wednesday night. Probably won't catch you till Saturday. But anyway, give me a call if it's earlier. We've been doing a lot of different things here. All kinds of stuff's been going on. I won't get into that, but at least the recorder works. The other recorder was messing up, and I got an older one. Well, I don't know which one's the oldest. I bought the one brand new, but that's been 18, 19 years ago or 21 years ago. And it was working good most of the time, but I switched to a kind of a funny VHS recorder. It's called a... it sort of sounds like it's from Ireland. I can't even think of the name now. Can't think of it, but an off-brand name. But it seems to be working. We're recording a show tonight, and the two leads are lead. So that's the only thing I know. And I guess that's about it. Don't have any traffic or anything. So we'll turn it back to net control.
All right there, Ed. Well, great to hear you out there this evening. We got you down for answer A, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing you there Saturday. So sounding good. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's go talk to Kelly now, KC0LRM. Good evening.
KD8 EPC, KC0LRM. Thanks for getting me in there, Dustin. Not a lot going on here, but I'll give you my trivia answer before I forget. I would think Alaska would have a little bit more aggressive bird than the one you mentioned, so I'm not going to pick that one. And I've not heard anybody here in Oklahoma mention that one, so I think I'm going to go with Pennsylvania. Not that I want to downgrade the Cornwall of Maine, but I think I'm going to go with Pennsylvania for my answer. We got a nice 72 degrees here, and it's clear, and it's really nice, and we are enjoying this cool weather. And that's about all I got, and I'll let you get on down the list. And thanks for you and Nick, all y'all do out there running that net. We sure appreciate it. All right, KC0LRM clear. I'll let you get on down the list. Y'all have a good one.
All right there, Kelly. Well, it's great to hear you out there this evening, my friend. Always a pleasure, and thanks so much for stopping by and joining us here on the net. We got you down for answer C this evening. So we'll say 73, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go over to Eric now, K8VZA. Take it away.
KD8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA. Hi, Dustin. Hi, everyone. Good to hear everybody. Trivia, I'm going to go with A for Alaska also. Not sure about it completely, but hey, we'll go with it. What else? Work was okay today. Kind of a normal day, nothing unusual to report, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I did just remember that I need to fix a water leak in our boiler system in one of the loops down in the basement before it gets cold. So I got to get on that because it's starting to get chilly now. But I have a little bit of time yet. So that's about all I have. Everybody have a great second half of the week. And thanks, Dustin, Nick at Night, and the crew for running the net. Another great one. This is KE8VZA. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Eric. Well, we got you down for answer A, and yeah, definitely get those boiler leak fixed before it gets cold, because you don't want to be doing it once it gets cold. So we'll say 73. Thanks again, my friend, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's talk to Tom, KA8MNT. Up a little late this evening. Go ahead.
KD8EPC, this is KA8MNT. Yeah, his eyeballs are starting to get heavy here, so that's okay. I'm allowed to. My mommy said I was allowed to stay up a little bit late tonight. Well, let's see, trivia. I know that the Commonwealth of Cornwaldo bean, their bird is the corncrack bird, so that eliminated that one. And I did an eeny, meeny, miny, mo on the rest of them, and I ended up on Oklahoma B. So he's probably wrong. We'll see. Other than that, I'll expect to see and hear everybody bright and early. It's 7 o'clock in the morning on the barometer net. So this is KA8MNT, back to KD8EPC.
All right there, Tom. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We got you down for answer B for Oklahoma, and you know what? You might just hear us in the morning on the barometer net because we've got a 7:55 appointment to be to. So there you go. Tom, thanks for staying up. I certainly do appreciate it. It is great to hear you out there this evening. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you on down the log. We had a whole slew of in and outs, and that brings me down to our good friend Jairus. AI5Q, how you doing?
KD8EPC in the net. AI5Q here, and I'm doing pretty good actually. Had a very interesting day at work. I downloaded and printed some drawings for one of the plants I work at. I picked the drawings up off the printer and headed to the plant, only to find out that I had only got half the drawings I needed. And when I got to the plant, none of the operators there had been there long enough to help me figure out where some of the magic underlying ground lines went. So it was kind of a bust of a day, but I did get the company to pay for my lunch, so not all was lost. And I think this trivia question was written with a particular friend of ours in mind, just so that he could give an appropriate answer that was one of the choices. Real Big Guns always loves the state of Oklahoma, or the great state of Oklahoma. And in honor of him, I'm going to go with the great state of Oklahoma for the state bird being the scissortail flycatcher. So with that, back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Jairus. Well, it's great to hear you out there this evening, and hey, it's always good when work buys you lunch too, so that's even better. It's a pleasure, my friend. We've got you down for the great state of Oklahoma because that's never the wrong answer. So we'll say 73 to you for now. Tell everybody we said hello, and we'll catch you down the log real soon. All right, let's jump across town to Uncle Fred, KE8QFT. Take it away.
Oh, Dustin, hey, everybody out there. Thanks again to those who give it their time to make this net what it is. I think the answer for trivia is A. I didn't look it up, so that's it. It's a guess. I think it's A. The Guardians managed to come from ahead to lose today. And the Browns, Monday night, the Browns are in the Steel City to face their adversaries, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, yep. Browns are favored by 2 points in Pittsburgh. So if they can manage to play the kind of game they played against the Bengals, you know, there could be some surprises here this fall. Other than that, I hope your back's doing okay, Dustin. My finger's healing. It only hurts when I move it. So, KE8QFT, back to net control.
All right there, Uncle Fred. Well, great to hear you out there. Yeah, I'm not following the Guardians anymore because they're pretty much done for the season anyhow. But, boy, the Browns put a whomping on Cincinnati Sunday, and I'm hoping they'll do the same thing Monday night. But I've got the Browns to win by 3. So there you go. We got you down for answer A. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you there down the log. K8PJW, Phil, good evening. How you doing?
KD8ETC, K8PJW, good evening, Dustin, and good evening to the rest of the BeaconNet crew and the operators and listeners as well. Great to hear everyone. Let's see, I'm going to do the trivia first. I'm going to go, I'm going to fall into the Bravo column, so go ahead and put me down for Bravo. Tonight I was out with my Rotary Club. Tomorrow the Twinsburg Tigers football team are honoring the first responders and veterans, and so the flags that we normally use to decorate the city during the flag holidays, we actually decorated the stadium, so it should be a pretty nice event tomorrow. I'll be out there to be honored, as well as to help out with handing out and collecting flags as the football team comes out, so it should be a pretty nice event. So that's what's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and say 73 and hand it back to you, Dustin. Great job on the net. This is K8PGW. Back to you.
All right there, Phil. Well, great to have you with us this evening. We have you down for answer B, and it sounds like you've been doing lots of good things there. So you have a great evening and a great net, and we'll catch you there down the log, and thanks again for joining us. Let's go to JIW. Donald, how you doing?
Good evening, Dustin. JIW Don in Sugar Heights, Ohio. And good evening to all the other check-ins. And I hope that everyone has got adjusted to the end of summer and the beginning of fall, even though it's not official yet. We've been very fortunate here in Northeast Ohio that it was a very mild summer. I'm going to Oklahoma. I think that's B. And my final comment is on the RADQ app. Thanks for that information. That's some good information. I'm going to take a look at downloading that myself. And it's a downloadable from the website, is what I was able to ascertain from the almost instant messaging. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Dustin, from NAJIW.
All right there, Don. Well, thanks so much for stopping by and joining us this evening. We certainly do appreciate it. And come back and visit us. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. And we always have a wonderful trivia question and a great group of guys. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. And that brings me over to KC8FQV. Mark, take it away.
I'm hearing nothing from Mark. How about you, Dustin?
Negative, just a dead key.
All right. Well, I'm going to knock him off, and you can give him a holler back again later. KDSLG.
dropped it and let me make sure everything's sounding good there. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. Let me pause for time. All right, next on my list is WV3K. Phil, good evening. Good to hear you twice in one day. Go ahead.
KD8EPC for W8WKY, net control for the Beacon Net. Good evening there, Dustin, and good evening, Nick. It's good to hear you. And Nick and Knight, thank you, too, for the wonderful question that I don't have really a good answer for. But I do want to convey a message of a loving thought back to Fred. Fred, if you would just take a little time and know that I'm going to say that, you know, the Guardians, okay, so they lost, and I just want to say that it'll be okay. It'll make your evening a little bit better. I'm just razzling your cross-tail feathers for tonight since we're working on this question. Anyway, Fred, lots of joy in it and blessings to you. Oh my, I think I'm getting a little sack crazy here, trying to figure out, gee, I better get myself to bed and get some rest. So, anyway, for the trivia question, Dustin, I'm going to pick Baker, an old term used back in World War II during communications when they went with Bravo, which is my answer for the question. It doesn't mean it is the answer. I'm not implying that because I really don't know. So I'm going to say Baker, and those are the days my dad used to hump a radio back in Normandy, and through the 9-month blitz of his term serving until he got wounded in the Netherlands. So as a veteran as well, I know that there are many whom I know are on the net listening and participating, and you know, it may not be we're not heroes, but I don't believe. I think that it's wonderful to know that those that we left behind that never made it back home are our heroes. They didn't want to give their all. They had families and a sense of attachment to want to come back home, and you know, that's something that's sometimes a misnomer when we sit in classes talking to one another in our PTSD classes and realize that, you know, we had a love for life, and we didn't want to be taking lives, and that goes for any of the campaigns, I believe. So our brothers and sisters today are going through a lot of concerns that we need to be continuing to pray for. With that, I'm turning back to net control, KD8EPC for W8WKY. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I will be hitting the sack. Take care and God bless. Love to all. WB3K clear.
All right there, Phil. Well, 73T, my friend. It's a pleasure to hear you out there tonight. We've got you down for answer B there, and you get yourself some rest, and maybe I'll try to give you a holler tomorrow at some point. So we'll say 73T for now. Have a great evening, my friend. Let's jump over to Texas now and talk to Miss Sandy, KG5SYC. Take it away.
W8WKY.
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Dustin, and just Nick, and everybody out there. Yeah, today has been a busy day. Got up early. Of course, I set the alarm and to wake up because we had to send the son off back to Virginia again. And so I set the alarm to get up, and guess what? I forgot to set the day of the week that the alarm was supposed to go off, so it didn't go off. But luckily, I woke up and all was good. So he did make it to the airport on time, but his plane was delayed by an hour because of some oxygen tanks weren't working correctly, so delayed the flight out to Minnesota by an hour. So he missed his flight from Minnesota to North Carolina to get to Virginia. Does that sound like a rabbit trail? I think so. Nonetheless, we'll go ahead and let Nick pick up the rest of the day, because he's got to have something to say too, and some of the stuff is on him of what we both had to do. Nonetheless, trivia. Well, I'm going to go with Oklahoma B, because we have those birds here in Texas, and so if it's Oklahoma State birds, they in Texas backs up to Oklahoma, they had to have ran across the border and come to Texas. So if it's a state bird of Oklahoma, it's got to be partial state bird of Texas, because we've got a lot of them here. So we'll do the Oklahoma. So there you go. I've got to get that in there. This is KG5SYC, and back to you, Net Control.
All right there, Miss Sandy. Well, we got you down for answer B, and boy, that sounds like a heck of a way to have to fly somewhere. All kinds of connecting flights. So we'll say 73 to you. Thanks for joining us as always, and you have yourself a great evening. We're going to go over to Nickelodeon now, KF5ADE. Take it away.
Good evening, all. This is Nickelodeon KF5ADE, and yeah, we'll pick up the rest of the day. I was the person that didn't quite wake up to get the sun out the door, but we did make it. We had plenty of time. We did get up at 4 o'clock, thanks to Sandy's internal clock woke her up. But so that all went very well. We drove the son to the airport. We drove ourselves back, and then we took some snoozes when we got back home. So that was good. And we found yesterday that my phone had bricked on me, and so this afternoon, Sandy and I went up to the Verizon store and tried to trade in my old phone, very old phone. It was so old, in fact, that Verizon says, no, that doesn't qualify for trade-in quality. In fact, that qualifies for a trash can. So, consequently, I have a absolutely useless phone. But fortunately, we did pick up a new one for me. Ouch on the price tag, but it'll do. And it's not the most expensive one, thankfully, but it's not the cheapest one either. Ouch. Again, so with that, that's what we've been up to doing. So we've got a new phone, haven't loaded Echolink in it. I do want to say thanks for the kudos to the RagChew APP thing, because that's working nice on my Chromebook here that's sitting in my lap, so I've been able to do the sort of blue screen, learning it a little different, but it's okay. It's all good, and it's working. I hope I'm not going to time out on it. Let me go ahead and catch a nickel. Stand by. Alrighty, KF5AD, back to it again. The trivia question, I wanted to put it this way. In fact, I tried to write it down so I'd be able to say it better. Tonight, I'm going to say the Commonwealth of Cornwallabine, because we all know that it's AKA OK. So there's my answer for the trivia question. KF5AD, back to net control.
All right there, Nick, KF5ADE. Well, thanks so much for stopping by there. And bummer you had to get a new phone. I also had to get one this week because mine is just no longer going to charge. So that happens. But hopefully you get it all set up and get Echolink. And yeah, that's pretty neat, that new RagChew thing that Alan told us all about. So that'll come in handy if I'm ever away. But I want a monitor still. So We'll say 73T, and my friend, have a great evening. And we're going to go back up here one more time and try to catch Mark, KC8FQV. Take it away.
We're going to try it, KCFQ. I don't know what happened. I was transmitting. I don't know. I have suspicions of garbage going on. I don't know. But, yeah, I did good on my nets today and my things. I want to watch the one show on TV at Polka's, and I did that and checked into all my nets. I did my Zoom thing I do at the out there in Washington, Puget Sound group, and everything else. Cars had their net tonight. Wooster had theirs, so we did them. Yeah, I got my flyer for the Hamfest in Berea on the 24th, and of course Massillon has theirs at the end of October. And of course the Scott Yonley's coming up next week on the 19th, I believe, and I think I've seen a Skywarn training on the 28th, possibly out there in Akron, what I've seen on the National Weather Service page. And I'm going to take Oklahoma. Let's see if this sends it back to you now, or is there people got their fingers where they shouldn't be? KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. Well, it worked that time. Last time it was just a dead key for a long time, so we ended up dropping you because it was just holding up the net. So I don't know what happened there. You were making it through, but you weren't. You had no audio. It was just a dead key. So we got you on for answer B there. We'll say 73T, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's go over and talk to Shannon now. KC5, real big guns, and I've got your answer down as the great state of Oklahoma. Go ahead, my friend.
Thank you there, Dustin and Nick and the entire Beacon Neck crew. Good to hear everyone on tonight. And you got my answer wrong, though. Tonight is going to be the great state of Oklahoma. And, yeah, the scissortail flycatcher is a very aggressive bird. You get into its territory, expect to be dive bombed, and they usually aim right at your head, and they usually are pretty darn accurate with it too. Just hope that it's not coming at you from the front, because they will try to get your eyes. Running from it, I think it kind of eggs them on, actually. It's kind of weird. They just keep coming after you until you're well out of their territory. Anyway, I digress. Let me go ahead and pause for time.
W8WKY.
KC5RBG returning. And I don't know if everyone knows or not, but last Sunday morning I had to take Kenyon to the emergency room. He had a real bad headache, and his left eye was hurting him real bad, sharp pain. And at first he couldn't open his eye, and I finally got his eye forced open, but it wasn't red or anything, and I didn't see anything in his eye, so that was good. But me and his mother decided I would go ahead and take him to the ER. That's what I was really called to tell her about it, so we could be on the same page, and I would have her permission to go ahead and take him. But we went to the ER. They didn't do any imaging or anything else. Didn't do much of an exam. and they were just calling it allergies, which he does have allergies. But they said to follow up with his primary care if, it's not getting better. So last night I get a call from his mother, and she told me that she took him to primary care, and apparently he has a mild concussion. And the doctor said they didn't think it was, from one instance either. They think it's one of those concussions that lingers on. It builds up as it goes. So he was he originally got the concussion or started to get it maybe 2.5 weeks ago. And he's been complaining about his shoulder hurts, and then he went and said his neck hurts, and he's been having these headaches, and then this eye thing. And as soon as he told me his neck hurts, I was thinking concussion and told his mom that. But it just she didn't think it was really that. But they did confirm it's a concussion. He can't play football for a week. So I think that'll be good for him, actually. Give him some time to recover. Let me just reset again. Okay, C5RBG returning. And today, it's nice talking to y'all before the net there. It was nice getting a little bit of time with you before the big show started there at noon. But and by the way, I was in my truck when you all started the net, but you had so many check-ins going, I couldn't really get in. But anyway, I went over and had some lunch with the ex-wife. And lunch ran a little bit long, so I had to take her to my doctor's appointment with me. She stayed out in the truck. But I went and had an EMG done today, and for those that don't know what that is, it was on my legs, and they have this little thing, looks like a stun gun, and they zap you with it. And they were doing it on my feet, ankle, so forth, all the way up to my knee. And most of the foot stuff, I could feel it, but it was not very strong. And each time they would do a spot, they would do it 5 times, and each time it increased in intensity. And as he got up to my calf, I was noticing he wasn't doing it 5 times there. He was just doing it like once, but it was a lot stronger, or felt like a lot stronger intensity. Well, then he got up to my knee, and man, he hit shocked both sides of my knee, and I'll tell you, it was so strong, I about came off the table. It made my whole body jerk. And then he did the back of my knee. Oh man, that was the worst one. It felt like that area was really, really tender, and he zapped it with that stun gun thing, and he's lucky he didn't get kicked in the face, because it really, really got me. And then they take these long needles and they stick them in your muscles at certain points. He did this on above my knee. I'm going to just read that again. KC5RBG returning. And he stuck those things in my muscles. And oh man, with with those, he was testing certain things like it actually gave an audio feedback. But he stuck these needles in my muscles, and then he would have me point my toes up, point my toes down, lift my leg. Those were the three things he was testing. And then to top it off, he stuck a needle in each side of my lower back on either side of my spine. And that concluded it. But I'll tell you, that was a lot worse than having my arms done, because I had my arms done for carpal tunnel. And it was definitely a lot worse on the legs than it was the arms. But I did ask him if I had nerve damage, and he said, oh, most definitely. He goes, you do have neuropathy. He goes, you'll get my detailed report next week. And I was like, okie dokie. So, yeah, there's that. I'm going to finish out the rest of the week. I have a doctor's appointment every day this week, so it's been a fun week for me, I'll tell you. Anyway, I'll let you go ahead and get on down your list. Hope everyone's having a great week and continues to slide down the hill to the weekend. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless, and 73. Back to net control.
All right there, Shannon. Well, thanks for joining us. We've got you down for the great state of Oklahoma, and concussions are dangerous, so I hope Kenyon gets some rest and gets the treatment he needs there, and stops playing football for at least a little while there, because you got to protect the noggin, and sorry to hear about those tests. Those sound kind of painful, but hopefully everything else is well. We'll catch up there real soon, my friend, but for right now, we'll say 73T, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go down and see if John is still around. W2 at JLS, good evening.
Comment if I can say one more thing there, Dustin. Lima Sierra from the radio room. Dustin, thanks for somehow knowing I was here, buddy. I've been listening into the whole show. I tried checking in with Nick moments before he shifted it over to you, and then I missed the opportunity to check in with you, and I've just been enjoying the ride, you know. So yeah, buddy, I'm here, and thanks for a really good show. I'll chime in on the trivia question.
Comment if I can say one more thing, Dustin.
At this point, that the answer is Oklahoma. Interesting question. I never really heard of that bird, but it sounds like a real nasty critter to have to contend with. I don't want anything dive bombing my head for sure. Anyway, I thought of you today, Dustin, for a moment. I was out there in Medina visiting, you know the one of the companies I associate with over there, and I saw a picture of our old friend hanging on the wall, and also there was a nice W8WKY. Apologize if I timed that out. There's a great quote, and it's too lengthy to get into, and I wouldn't remember it correctly. But the point of the quote was, one of those kind of inspirational, live each day to the fullest. Try to make the most of this day, kind of thing. Because you never know when it's going to be your last, and how we spend today is really up to us. So you're going to get it tomorrow probably, but you're never going to get another today. So, like that. Anyway, everyone have a great night. Good evening on your ears. This is W2JLS. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, John. Thanks so much for joining us. And definitely do miss our friend over there. And she was a nice lady, so we do certainly miss her there. And John, we'll say 73T. I'm going to go back up. I had Shannon, KC5, Real Big Guns, had one more comment. Go ahead, Shannon.
Thank you there, Dustin. KC5RBG. Good old KC3QSC, FedEx Mike, wanted to be proxied in, and he said his trivia answer is going to be Charlie. So I just wanted to get that in there. Thanks for letting me get that comment in there, Dustin. Dustin. KC5RPG. Back to net.
All right, thank you so much there, Shannon. Certainly appreciate that, and we'll definitely get FedEx Mike in there, and we miss having him tonight. Before I go down the list, I'm going to go back to John W2JLS. I missed your trivia answer, my friend.
I think I'll go ahead with Oklahoma based on commentary, but yeah, Oklahoma, the great state of Oklahoma.
All right there, John. We got you down for answer B, Oklahoma. Thanks again for joining us, my friend. Great to hear you out there, and we'll catch you down the log real soon. All right, let's go over to our fearless leader now, AA8CS Gary. Good evening.
Wait, what? Me? Oh, yeah, good evening. This is Alpha Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. Good to hear everybody on the net this evening. No beer night for me tonight. No, I was a good boy and went out. We went to Worcester. My lovely wife wanted to go see some friends, and I thought, you know what? She's been a real champ with my mother-in-law and stuff, and so I thought, since I go out for beer every Wednesday night, I can take a day off and appease my wife. And I got to tell you, for the uninitiated, that is a good thing to do every once in a while. Just saying. Anyway, I concur with Sandy, KG5SYC. Good to hear her. And Sandy, if you're still listening, tell Nick I said hello. Really good to hear you guys. And anyway, it's good to be here and hear everyone. John, my neighbor, JLS, good to hear you as well, and everybody else on the net. I did read the trivia question on the blue screen, and I am familiar with that bird, the scissor-tailed flycatcher, and really for the same reason Sandy is, because I've seen that thing around Texas on my many trips. It is truly, it's a beautiful bird. I mean, it's a fascinating looking bird, and man, they are fast and quick. And it might have something to do with that twin tail that it has. But anyway, as far as the trivia question is concerned, I would say it probably is the state bird of Texas. However, that's not one of the distractors. So I'm going to go with Cornwaldo bean, basically because I have no idea what Cornwaldo bean is all about. I need that explained to me one of these days. Certainly don't take up net time for that, but I just have to think Cornwaldo bean has something to do with this. It just sounds messy enough that Cornwaldo bean is probably the culprit. Anyway, if it's not the state bird of Texas, probably the state bird of Oklahoma then, because there's a ton of them in Texas. But I'm going to go with Cornwaldo bean because I have no idea what that's all about, and I want to learn. Anyway, we had a fabulous time tonight. I drank some very good wine. That's kind of where I was tonight. Kind of sacrilegious to drink wine on beer night, but, you know, you do what you got to do. I do want to make one announcement. Let me grab a second. I do want to remind everyone, and that includes anyone who has an internet connection, that, and basically you probably want to be in the Great Lakes Division. But the Sarah Club has unanimously supported Scott Yonley, N8SY, for the job of Director of the ARRL Great Lakes Division. and we are hosting a live interactive webcast on September 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I really want to encourage everyone to, think about this position. It's important now, and we certainly want to get someone who loves ham radio in that position. And if you have questions for Scott, this is what this live interactive webcast is going to be all about. So mark your calendars, please, for September 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and spread the word if you would. If you're on another net someplace, just mention it, and I would certainly appreciate that. Let's see. I think I answered a trivia question, and it is good to be here, and the wine was good tonight. The beer probably would have been better, but at any rate, I'm going to have a nightcap of some Elijah Craig, my buddy Eli. With that, let me turn it back. Let me turn it back to you, Dustin, before I get myself in trouble. This is Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. Back to net.
All right there, AA8CS. Well, Gary, thanks so much for joining us, and we certainly do appreciate you. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. And we're going to go up to our official Corn Waldo Bean historian just for a brief description. KD8SLG, take it away.
KD8EPC, KD8SLG. Thanks for pitting me on the spot. I think Alan's back, but the Corn Waldo Bean experience started on Sunday nights when Alan started coming up with an alternative question for trivia, and one of the answers always involves the Colonel Corn Waldo Bean clan, Colonel Corn Waldo Bean himself, or otherwise anything to do with Corn Waldo beans. And that's about all there is to it. I am the archivist for the Corn Waldo Bean clan, and I have added a genealogist to the staff to help me decipher as we move out across the Corn Waldo Bean family tree and get more and more members in there for the trivia questions. We're going to miss Alan on Sunday nights, but we're going to work out some way that maybe Alan gets me the questions and I read them on Sunday nights or something of that effect. But we'll keep the Corn Waldo Bean lore going, that's for sure. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. I hope that helped.
W8WKY.
All right there, Nickel. We appreciate you being there, and we appreciate you doing that. And Alan, we appreciate you introducing us to the Corn Waldo Bean family. Gary73, thanks for being number 42 on the list, my friend, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. I'm going to take one more round of check-ins before we go talk to the net control team. Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go up and talk to KD8SLG, the master of pre-shows and logging and the blue screen. Go ahead.
Answer it.
This is Victor Alpha 3, stroke Victor Alpha 7, Papa Hotel Tango. It seems like we have a net going on. Well, I just landed from like a few hours ago, so I don't really know what the local hams are like, but yeah, it's net and joining.
All right there, station. Would you come back one more time with your call, phonetically and a little bit slower? I didn't catch it there that time.
Victor Alpha 3, stroke Victor Alpha 7, Papa Hotel Tango. It seems like we have an Echolink night going on, or not Echolink night. Anyways, I am visiting to Toronto, and I found there's a net, so I figured I better join and talk to you folks.
All right there, we got you down on the list, and yeah, you're listening to the Beacon Net. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We originate out of Northeast Ohio and Doylestown on the WKY repeater, and we're linked in on Allstar, Echolink, through various repeaters all throughout the country and the world. Over.
Okay, that's great. It's Victor Alpha 3 stroke Victor Alpha 7 Papa Hotel Tango. This is great, and well, I just joined this hobby about half a year ago, and yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to connect as many times as possible. Yeah.
All right there. Well, thanks for coming down, and thanks for stopping by. Come back and visit us when you can. Like I say, we're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Dustin, Delta Uniform Sierra Tango India November, and my call sign is Kilo Delta 8 Echo Papa Charlie. So with that, we're going to come back to you one more time here for any other comments you have for the net. All right there, nothing else heard. We'll say 73 to you, my friend. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening. All right, we're at the bottom of the list there, so we'll make one more call here for check-ins before we go talk to the net control team. Please call now.
KD8BYT.
OUG.
All right, I picked up KD8VYT, and then I heard another station. All I got was WG maybe. You want to come back?
Stepped on bad there, Dustin. K5OUG.
There you go. Now I understand. Charles, good evening, and Nick got you there. I didn't get you, so stand by. We'll be right back to you, my friend. KDVYT, Russ, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just trying to check in and out, but nobody heard me the first time, and that stupid tone was off again. So I think when I change frequencies with the knob and come back to this repeater, the tone doesn't come back on. I don't get it. Anyway, everybody have a good night. This is KD8VYT 73.
All right there, Russ. Well, thanks for stopping by, my friend. We certainly do appreciate it, and it's good to hear you out there. You're coming in just fine, so glad you got the tone figured out, and maybe try saving it in memory again. But we'll say 73 for now, my friend, and we'll catch you real soon down the log. Let's go over to Charles, one I haven't talked to in a little while. KA5OUG, how are you? And would you like us to put Miss Janine on the list?
Yes, sir. Good evening here to you, Dustin, and to the group. I just got in here. Yes, please go ahead and put Miss Janine in 5VOK down for the count. And I had been watching Ham Nation on HRCC, and then I got on for the first time tonight. I was on the D-Star Ham Nation after net and just got off of that. And I was going to ask you, do you ever get on that Ohio net up there on D-Star?
I actually didn't know there was an Ohio net on D-Star. If I knew, I probably would get on it, because I know every Sunday night I check into the Oklahoma D-Star net.
I'm not sure you have a net either. I probably phrased that wrong. On the Ohio link, I guess is what I should say. I've identified on it several times and never have had anyone come back to me.
Oh, well, I'll have to look into that and check it out sometime. I'll tell you this, I am always monitoring 56 Charlie, so if you ever want to stop by there, that's where you can find me, and probably just Nick, too.
Hung out 56C. Okay, that gives me a little clue then on where to check it out. Yeah, I've been having fun there with D-Star and have been connecting to various things. Tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, I think it is Eastern time. Forgot what that reflector number was. There's a Kentucky net there. I don't know whether you've ever checked in on it or not. But anyway, well, thanks for the information there on D-Star, and I'll let you carry on and wrap it up there. Wanted to wave a hand and say hi to you there anyway. Had a minute, and look forward to catching you the next time. KA5OUG.
All right there, Charles, KA5OUG. Well, it's great to hear you out there tonight, my friend. And yeah, D-Star can be a lot of fun. I don't usually go too much reflector hopping. Like I said, my home base here usually stays on the same reflector except for the Oklahoma net. But be cool to check different ones out. You want to get a lot of activity. There's a lot of activity on 30 Charlie and sometimes on 01 Charlie also. Those are like the nationwide and worldwide, I think. So those are a couple to look into also. And on 56 Charlie, the first Monday of every month, they do a net, and that's a pretty good one to check out too. So Charles, we'll say 73. Have a great evening, my friend, and we'll catch you down the log. All right, we're running behind here, so we're going to go up and talk to the net control team, starting with KD8SLG, the master of pre-shows and logging and blue screen and Cornwaldo Bean history. Go ahead there, Nick.
I better grab it real quick before somebody else jumps in front of me. This is KD8SLG. Hi there, Dustin, and everybody here on the Beacon Net, all you Beacon netizens. I'm going to tell you a story about my mom. It should only take about 10 or 12 minutes. Kidding. I'm going to go with Bravo tonight. Sounds like the Oklahoma crowd, well, the Texas crowd knows all about those birds. That's all I know about. I'd like to remind everybody we do have the picnic Sunday. All you Sarah Club members, hopefully you have signed up and let us know you're coming in. If you haven't, get on there and do so Russ can get a few more burgers and dogs made for us. Barometer Net, dark and early tomorrow morning. It's ungodly hour, 7 a.m. Gary's got the shift tomorrow, so stop in and say hi to Gary. And I'm doing Friday, so if you're out and about Friday morning, jump in and say hi to me as well. That's all I got tonight. PT at 8 a.m. tomorrow. The millennial in scrubs will torture me once again. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, thanks so much for being here, and maybe we'll try to wake up early there Friday morning and say hello to you. Let's see. Give me answer B also. Why not? And we're going to go down here to AB8MO. Andy, good evening.
All right, Dustin, I'm falling asleep here. This is AB8MO. Okay. So far the app's working okay and actually sending me updates the way it should. There's a latency of about not even a second when the node stops transmitting and when it actually shows up on the app, but that's under a second. That's pretty good latency, so it's not getting stuck like it was before. So hopefully I'll be able to know what I'm actually connected to instead of the app crashing on me, because literally when I was especially going to the configuration screens, it would always crash, always crash, always crash. So I just went and wiped everything out. I think everything's okay now, I hope. Coming through W80KE repeater though, so I'll probably start enabling the transmitter tomorrow since I haven't had a lick of trouble since I dumped everything, and it was just a matter of setting it back up again anyway. Hopefully that's okay. Sorry, Nick, I wasn't watching the dashboard to know that things got bridged. I profusely apologize. I really, really do. And if this don't work, I'm probably going to get rid of the clear node. It's become way too much of a hassle for me. Anyway, enough with that. I'll go Alaska for the answer, and I'll throw it back to you, Dustin. ABHMO.
All right there, Andy. Well, we got you down for Alaska, and I hope the node continues to work there. I know you've had troubles with it, but hey, now that you got everything set up and it seems to be working, fingers crossed it continues. So we'll say 73 to you, buddy. Have a great evening and get yourself some good rest. Let's go talk to Mike, QWE. How are you?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. I am fine. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. Tending to the golden retriever puppy is wearing me down. But let's see, today my wife and I, we went to the Wayne County Fair. I came home, took a nap, did a few odds and ends around the house, had supper, ended up on the Wolverine SSB net and the Wayne County net, and here I am. So with that, everybody have a great, great night. Stay healthy. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Back to K8EPC. See you later, folks.
All right there, Mike. Thanks so much for joining us, my friend, and glad you had a good time there at the Wayne County Fair. So we'll say 73 to you. Have a great night, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, we're going to go up here to K8QKO. Give us your comments, Nick. Take a pause, and then give us the trivia answer.
K8QKO. Thank you, Dustin. Yeah, comments. I don't know. Not really a lot going on since Sunday, really. Just kind of, working and doing the things. Oh, I forgot my kid at school today. Did that finally. That was fun. My wife said, hey, it's 5 o'clock. He should have been home from school by now. And I'm like, yeah, but he only has his running club on Wednesdays. And she goes, today's Wednesday. And I'm like, oh, crap. I had to jump in the truck and run out there. And I was late picking him up, and I kind of felt bad. But, yeah, I've done that before, so that was the first time. My mom did that to me a lot when I was a kid. So I told my wife, like, I'm turning into my mother. Yeah, anyway, that's what it is. And Andy, I'll say, if you're looking for a new node, I got one of those Sherry nodes, and so far I've been real happy with it. And in fact, if you need a new one and you don't want to wait, we could maybe make an arrangement, because I have one for the Pi Zero on VHF that I'm going to put together at some point this winter as part of my, like, a winter project or something to do. But we can always like replace it, order a new one, and then you have one sooner if you need it, if you get into that boat. But anyway, that's it for me. And I'm going to pause for time and then read the answer for the trivia question. All right, the trivia question this evening was, for which state is the state bird the scissor-tailed flycatcher? And the answer was B, Oklahoma. Bravo, Oklahoma. Oklahoma designated the elegant scissor-tailed flycatcher, Muscovora forticata, as the official state bird in 1951. The U.S. Mint's Oklahoma Quarter features a scissor-tailed flycatcher along with the Oklahoma official state wildflower to represent the state. And with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you. This is K8QKO.
All right there, Nick. Well, thank you for the wonderful trivia question. We certainly do appreciate it. And that was B, Oklahoma. Very interesting. I learned something new all the time. So we'll say 73 to you, my friend. Have a great evening, and thanks again for doing the trivia. All right, this is KD80PC. We're at the bottom of the list, and this is the last and final call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now. All right, nothing else heard. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KD8SLG, K8QKO, AB8MO, and K8QWE, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday. And don't forget to go visit our friends over on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time, and that's on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is KD8PC. I'm returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time and will be clear. 73, y'all.
Well, I see it. My recheck must not be transmitting. I don't know. I want to know what that chat thing was, K7QV.
KC8FQV, this is KD8SLG. Ragchew.app is the web address. Ragchew.app. Copy?
All right, so just put that in the search, in the browser search engine, and ragchew.app or ragchew app, K7QV.
Yep, it's a web address there, Mark, ragchew.app.
All right, Nick, I think I'll take a look at that. KC8, Fox Queen Victor. Yeah, I know. We gotta go to sleep so we can get up early in the morning and get on the Barometer Net, K7QV.
KDA EPC AI5Q, you still around, Dustin?
W8WKY.
AI5Q, KD8SLG. Dustin's usually running out of the big chair down the hall as soon as the net's over. Just saying. How you doing, man?
Hey, Nick, I thought that might be the case, but I thought I'd give it a try anyway. I was going to hit him up about Uncle Fred. He's asking for some help on his node, and he has a new internet provider at the house, and I don't know that he has Ethernet ports on his internet modem. Therefore, we need to be able to get into it to program the internet. And that requires a monitor and a keyboard be hooked up to it if it can't be hooked up to Ethernet as a remote capable end device to get to through PuTTY or WinSCP. So I was just going to see what capabilities Dustin had and see if I needed to just try and create a new SD card for KE8 QFT, or what the plan of attack would be. So anyway, that's all I was looking for. How you doing, Nick? Sounding good tonight, by the way.
drugs, Jairus. Just kidding. I haven't had any of the pain-killing opioids in a couple of weeks now. So there's that. Yeah, I've never actually plugged anything to any of my nodes like that. Having been spoiled by both you having backdoor access to my Shari node and having the Clear node, which is very easy to work with. I haven't had any issues with it. The monitor sounds like the tough part. I mean, I can obviously find a keyboard, but I don't even know what connections are on the Shari node for that. I guess is it an HDMI port?
8080 PC.
Hey Dustin, I'll hit you up in just a second. So it depends on if it's a Pi 3 or a Pi 4. If it's a Pi 3, it's an HDMI port. If it's a Pi 4, it's a micro HDMI port, which is a whole nother ball of wax trying to get a cable to go from that to HDMI. But anyway, hey Dustin, I was just going to ask you if you had the capabilities to hook up to a monitor and keyboard to Uncle Fred's Allstar Node so that we could get it configured to work with his new wireless outfit there. And if not, I'll work with him to generate a new SD card with an image he can just swap out and call good.
The keyboard's not a problem. The only monitor I have is hardwired in over here to my computer, and it's still using a VGA port. So I don't know that I could hook a monitor to it, but the keyboard I could do. He had a Wi-Fi through Frontier, and that's what it was set up for. But now he's got one of those T-Mobile hotspot deals, so he wants to get it set up for that. But yeah, I don't have a monitor handy to hook to anything.
Do you have a television with a DVD player? Because that's HDMI, and you could just unhook the DVD player and hook the node up to your TV and use it that way.
That I could do. I'm sure Uncle Fred has a TV that I could hook to his node. I think he has a Pi 3 if I remember right, and if so, that's just an HDMI, so that could be doable.
Yeah, I can step you through the process. If you get a chance to get over there sometime, give me a little bit of a heads up so I can be available, and I can step you through the process on adding his new Wi-Fi with a monitor and a keyboard. If not, and it doesn't work out, I'll work on getting the credentials from him and generating a whole new SD card for him and mailing it off to him.
All right, yeah, I'll try to get with him and get with you and find a good time that works for everybody and get him going, because I know he's been wanting to get back on Allstar, and I haven't really been messing with it. I told him, I was like, call Jairus, because he told me, I don't know, a month or two ago when he switched, he's like, my node doesn't work anymore. I was like, call Jairus, man. He's the know all of nodes.
Yeah, I was clearing out some old emails, and I think I missed one from him probably 3 or 4 months ago about his Allstar node, and then he said something on the blue screen tonight, and I was like, oh, yeah. I definitely need to address that, so whoops. Too many emails, too many junk mails. I don't always see everything I'm supposed to, but I try, so yeah, there you go. I'm fallible just like everybody else, despite what you may have heard otherwise.
tell you, Jairus, I don't know what we would do without you. So there you go. But I do have to clear out of here. I've got to be at physical therapy at 7:55, and that's going to come really quick from now. So I'm going to say 73 to you for now. Great to hear you, and let's catch up later on this week. With that, I'm going to clear out and listen out. And Nick, take it away.
What makes you think I'm still here? KDDPC, KDSLG. Then talk to you in the morning, man. We can both try to get into the barometer net as we're motoring to our torture sessions. How's that sound? Sleep well, my friend. And Jairus, yeah, I'll give those guys a hand if I can, but they're a little bit out of my jurisdiction there. It's a pretty healthy drive for me. Not that I don't get into their neighborhood from time to time, but yeah, that's a guy. I'll help out if I can. And I don't know which node he has, so I don't know if he'd need the micro HDMI or the HDMI.
Yeah, QSL next. 73 Dustin, and we'll chat with you later and get something going to help Uncle Fred out. And I think he does have a Pi 3, so it'd be a regular HDMI cable, which you could hook up to just about any TV made in the last 20 years, or sometime in that time frame. I'm not exactly sure when HDMI became prevalent, but feels like it's been 20 years. Maybe not quite that long, but certainly anything fairly recent in the past 10 or 15 for sure. So actually, no, I had a plasma TV and it had HDMI on it. It didn't even have, it might have had a component set of inputs, but it definitely had HDMI on it, and I bought it in 2007 or 2008, so it's 15 years. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud, and perils of talking on the radio. You got to think out loud sometimes. But anyway, Nick, yeah, I didn't hit you up because I knew it was a little bit out of your way to get over there. But if we can't work something out and I can't get a program built for Uncle Fred, I may call on your expertise and owe you a steak dinner, as it were.
Forget about the steak, man. I want one of those big pizzas. I can't. Dustin always knows the name of that pizza place because he has a cup or a mug from there. De Stefano's or something like that.
AI5Q returning. Yeah, it's Savastano's Pizzeria, Chicago-style deep dish pizza, and it's no joke. It's been voted top-notch by Dustin and Sean both, and I think everybody else ate there with Dustin, to tell you the truth. But I find it funny that he's like, if you want some real pizza, you got to go to Oklahoma, not to Chicago. Not to New York. You got to come to Oklahoma. It cracks me up, but it's awesome.
Well, I do my best to clog my arteries every time I eat pizza, so that sounds right up my alley. And yeah, New Yorkers and their pizza. New York's claim to fame pizza-wise really isn't the quality of their pizza, but the fact that you can go get a slice for $1 in a lot of places is still a thing, and that's actually kind of cool. I remember going to going down the shore, going to New Jersey, and on the boardwalk, there were places where you could get like 2 New York slices of pizza. You know, that just means thin crust and not much else. But like 2 slices of pizza and a soda for $2. And boy, I'm sure that doesn't exist anywhere anymore.
I think the closest you're going to come to that is Costco at like $1.95. You can get a hot dog and a soda for $1.50 at Costco still. I mean, I'm sure they're losing money on it, but they've maintained their price since they first opened. I think it's $1.95 for a slice of pizza. Probably another $1 for a drink, but a Costco-sized slice of pizza is a pretty healthy sized slice of pizza. So they only have cheese and pepperoni. You don't get a whole lot of choice, but you get a whole lot of pizza for $2 there.
KD8SLG returning. Sam's has a pretty good deal, I think, on their pizza or hot dog and soda at their little window there. But you know, both those companies, Costco and Sam's Club, with they sell things at a loss like that. I mean, there's no way they're making any money, and they're surely losing a bunch of money on the $4.99 chickens. I can tell you that for sure. But I don't know how often any of all of you out there who may still be listening, or you, Jairus, has ever gone into a Costco or a Sam's Club to get a $4.99 chicken. It usually doesn't work that way. I have, but you know, that's just because it was convenient. But now that I'm like 30 miles away from the nearest Sam's Club, yeah, I'm not stopping by for just a chicken. So, you know, you stop in for a $5 chicken, you spend $200 on a bunch of multi-packs of stuff that you're probably going to throw away later. Well, I'll probably throw away later. I don't have a baseball or a basketball team full of kids living with me, Jairus. Over to you, man.
Whiskey X-Ray 5, Foxtrot Tango Sierra Mobile.
WX5 FTS, good evening, and can't remember your name, but I remember the moniker, Fleer the Shark and or Follow That Storm. Sorry I don't remember the name, but good evening there, and I'm just chatting with Nick for a little bit longer till we get cut off about 11 o'clock our time, 12 o'clock their time, and yeah, I've got a basketball team full of kids to feed over here, so we buy at Costco and we use it up. But we have a Costco like a mile and a half from the house, so I've been known to go there just to get a hot dog and a drink for lunch, or 2 hot dogs and a drink, as the case may be. But yeah, you're right about most people aren't going in just for the chicken or just for the hot dog and then leaving. I've been known to do that on some work ventures, passing by Costco, and I stop and just get a hot dog and leave. Charge the company $1.50 for lunch and move on down the road. But WXFTS, take it away.
Good evening to both of you. The handle here is Brian, Bravo Romeo India Alpha November, though I like to be called CL. It's like the letter C and the letter L just put together. But as for Sam's Club and Costco, I actually used to use them quite a bit for that exact reason. Sam's Club in particular, because they're more plentiful here in Tulsa than Costco is. I would just drop into Sam's Club. You don't need a membership to go to their food area, their food court, and I'd just go over there and get myself either a $1.50 hot dog or a $2 pizza and soda combo. So that's just what I had for lunch. That was a quick and easy way to do it. Unfortunately, unlike you, I cannot charge work for my lunch, so yeah, I have to pay all that out of pocket. But no, I still rather enjoy their pizzas and their hot dogs. So I'll send it over to KD8SLG WX5FTS. Go ahead.
Follow that storm. Brian, welcome to the party. All right, I'm going to admit to some shoplifting here. if Alan's still listening, I don't think he's still connected. But every time I go to Sam's Club, well, my mom likes sauerkraut on her hot dogs, but my mom ate like a bird. So if she could eat a whole hot dog, that was a good day. And I always found it quite wasteful to open an entire can or a jar of sauerkraut for a hot dog. So anytime I'd visit Sam's Club, I'd always wander over there to the snack area and grab one or two of the little packets of sauerkraut, the little single-serving sauerkrauts they had out there, and take those home for my mom. So there's a mom story. I said I was going to tell a mom story earlier tonight, but I never got around to it. It's KD8SLG. I'm in for one more round. Over to you, Jairus.
KD8, while you take comments.
I heard something. I'm not quite sure what it was, but anyway. I'm sure if it was somebody, they'll come back. I was switching radios when I was coming back to you there. Yeah, you did share a mom story, and it didn't take 10 or 12 minutes. I mean, it took 10 or 12 minutes to get around to it, but it didn't take that long to share the story. So it's all good, Nick. Just having a little fun. And I don't think I did Alan justice in the Blue Room today, but I tried, and then I got sidetracked with like real problems and real solutions, and we all know Alan is not full of either of those. He's all full of fake problems and fake solutions. So anyway, back over to you, Brian, WX5FTS. Take it away from AI5Q.
Yeah, it sounded like we had a YL in there saying comment. Station with the comment, go ahead.
K8YUK, yeah, I keyed up and got off way to do that. But I was just going to ask, basketball-sized kid amount. Jairus, how many kids do you have? I'm one of 6. I think we were going for a hockey team, but then only 3 of them ended up playing hockey. But, you know, the rest of us do other stuff.
All right, Lucy. Sorry I didn't catch it was you. I heard something, but it sounded kind of like the KK5i hub repeater announcing itself, and so I wasn't quite sure what was going on. But now it all tracks. I've got 5 kids, ages 11 to 4, so 11, 10, 8, 6, and 4. We wanted 6 to start out with, but when we got to 5, it was kind of our limit, and we knew that we couldn't handle any more. I had no gray in my beard until number 5 came along, and then it's about 50% gray, and that's all from kid number 5. The other kids have nothing to do with it. Over to you, Lucy, and then we'll pass it to Nick for his 73s, and then we'll pick up Brian after that.
Josh is listening on the side. We both said, fair enough. Yeah, there's us older 4, and then there was a gap because of my mom's health emergency and just how life went, and then 2 more showed up. So try walking around anywhere with a baby Betty and then 2 kids named Ben and Bean. Convince them that they're not all your kids. It's great. But, well, yeah, they're 10 and 12. And, yeah, it's entertaining. But I will pass off to Nick. And then Brian, welcome. Hope that you can join the net sometime again on Sunday or next Wednesday. Over to KC8 SLG. I said see you again. I need to go to bed. Good night, guys.
KE8YUK, KD8SLG. Have a good night there, Lucy. Get some sleep. Betty will be waking you up before you know it. And kick Josh in his sleep for me, if you would, please. AI5Q, great having a little chat with you. And we'll talk later. And if I need to assist there with getting Fred back on the air, I'll do what I can. And follow that storm. Brian, you have a great day. We'll be listening for you on, I've heard you on the Boredom Breaker net a couple of times. So we'll be listening for you there. But y'all have a great night. This is KD8SLG, 73 all y'all. Over to you. Follow that storm.
Take care. Have a good night. We'll catch you on the Boredom Breaker net. I'm on sometime between about 2 and 3 p.m. Eastern time because I had to work about that time. So I'll pass it over to AI5Q to say his 73s, and then I'll pick it back up with him. AI5Q, WX5FTS, go ahead.
Thanks, Brian. 73 Nick and 73 Lucy. I believe you both signed. And if you didn't, Lucy, you're going to be cut off in about 3 minutes unless I reconnect us. So if you got anything, speak now or forever hold your peace. Hi. Oh, man. My mom was one of 8, so, and my wife was one of 5. And her dad was one of 9, and so I'm no stranger to large families and large get-togethers. I've got 17 cousins. So anyway, WX5FTS, take it away there.
Well, thankfully, I'm not used to large families. I don't think I would have been able to handle a large family. I am the eldest of 2 children. My sister is 5 years younger than I, and I do have 2 cousins, but none of us really talk all that much, unfortunately. We kind of have gone all of our own separate ways, though we're still there if we need each other. But unfortunately, I'm about ready to enter an area of poor coverage. I'm going to be over here at 51st and Harvard here momentarily. So I'm going to sign out, and I'll catch you all later. AI5Q, WX5FTS 73.
All right, 73, Brian, and we'll catch you later on down the log. I've got an early morning ahead of me. I have to drive to Kansas, middle of nowhere, Kansas, Cheney, of all places, in the morning. It's about 3 hours, so I don't have to be there till 10, so I don't have to leave till 7, so that's kind of a reprieve from normal. And normally I'd be getting up before 5 to leave at 5, so anyway. We'll catch you later. Have a good night, and it was good talking with you, catching up with you a little bit. Hope to do it.
Yes, KSFQ, the connection was lost. It went that way. Like everyone else is going that way to go to sleep for the night. KC8, Fox Queen Victor.
ABHMO testing.
ABHMO KE8YUK. Going to bed, but wanted to give you a signal report. Take it easy, Andy.
All right, I am gradually working this clear node back up here. I finally engaged the transmitter. It seems to be okay. I've been having problems. Seems like everybody's clear node is problem free except mine. They must have gotten I don't know, something. So just wiped out everything and started from scratch. So far so good. Thanks, Lucy. Are you a night owl by nature, or is this just a rare occurrence?
W8.
Well, back in my youth, I used to be a night owl, and then I realized how nice it is to sleep. So I was pretty good at going to sleep, and then I got married to a night owl. But not just a night owl, a busy night owl. So in order to visit with my night owl husband, I also have to be an extra night owl. And I'm tired all the time now.
Well, maybe that's maybe another reason why Josh and I get along so well. We're both night owls, so I usually stay up till about midnight. I'm starting to crash now, which I guess is a good thing. You know, having to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning will do that. Yeah. On the weekend, I really sleep in. I probably shouldn't, but usually at the weekend, at least on Saturday, I'm usually not getting up until at least 10 o'clock. So, anyway, I'll let you run. Thanks for the signal report there, Lucy. It's great hearing you on especially on the Boredom Breaker net this afternoon. I enjoyed your comments. You paint such a wonderful portrait of everything happening in life, and you and Josh have quite an adventure there. You make it sound like an adventure, and it's fascinating, I think.
That's what writers try to do, just because I don't write enough comes out when I talk. It is an adventure. Betty is a marvel, and I'm so grateful for her. Everything else in life, that can be a little bit sideways, but she's great. She has been kind of rough lately, though, so I am going to head to bed. But, yeah, you sound great. Building from scratch seemed to work pretty well. And, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I might reach the first round of headboxing tomorrow. But I'll be clear on your final because I got to go to bed, and I told Josh I was going up like 10 minutes ago. So I'll say 70 to you, Andy, and have a good night.
Alrighty, well, I guess as long as I don't end up on some repeater in Japan that I don't know about, I think it'll be okay. The only thing that I lost was the digital DMR setup. The digital bridge on the clear node is completely disabled now, and I only used it once, so I may or may not set that up again. So I just got Allstar and Echolink set up on this thing, and the digital side's completely shut off now. Probably better that way. It seems like the more things I've got turned off, the better on this clear node. I'm just don't do about it anymore, Lucy. Thanks a lot for all your help. It was great talking with you, and you go say hi to your husband for me. 7-3, and hey, I know you. Let's see. I think I did talk with Josh at 275. That was my first ever successful C4 FM QSO. It was kind of rough. They got the receiver and the transmitter matched pretty closely on that thing. Josh said I was about 80-90%, and that's about how I was hearing him. So for UHF at Doylestown, especially for my little low-lying spot here where I live, it's actually pretty good. It's amazing we had a conversation at all, but he was my first C4 FM QSO, so gotta thank him for that. Have a good night, Lucy. I'll catch you later. 7-3. This is EB8MO.
73, KE8YUK, clear with AB8MO, and going to bed.
AB8MO, KD8SLG. Your node is sounding pretty good there, Andy.
All right, thank you, Nick. Yeah, it's I just resetting everything seems to have helped. The app hasn't crashed once, and it's actually seems to be accurately seeing what's on the node. So I hope all is well. Thank you, Nick. I'm sorry that happened about the bridging. Literally, when I that's how it was like, forget it, I need to redo this. The app had been crashing for a while, but when I don't know what it's connecting and what it's connecting to, then I really got a problem. So I probably should have done this a while ago.
No worries, man. Happens all the time. I go through and clean up the boredom breaker hub. I'll look at that chart and see who's double connected right before the net starts, and try to disconnect a couple of those crossover connections, because it can get real ugly. It can just get real ugly real fast. But I hit that toggle on mine that I can only connect to one node at a time. So to keep me from ever doing that, because I just I don't know where it's connected to either. I use the super monitor more than the app to make changes in actuality, unless I need to try to remember a node number, because the super monitor I don't have set up for memories, for favorites. Just never got around to doing that. There's a couple of steps to that I just never did. So that's about the only time I use the app, in honestly. But it's sounding real good right now. So, let it ride out for a while and see what happens. One thing though, Supermonitor, I noticed I did something weird, and it did actually let me connect to two different things at the same time. So I think that that toggle of one connection at a time is confined to the app, and it doesn't go global, in so many words.
Yeah, let me make sure that's turned on. I know which one you're talking about, and I think I had it on for a while, and then when I was trying to set up, and you know, that never actually worked out very well, and I finally abandoned it completely when Clark said he was going to link 015 for the not the beacon net, barometer net in the morning. But I had been setting it up because it was kind of a double hop. So I think that's where I turned that off. But I ordinarily would leave that on, and it looks like that's on now. Yep, disconnect before connect. So now that I don't do that anymore, I have no reason to shut that off. So hopefully, I don't know. It was just really, I had so much clutter in my, especially in my connections, my timed events. So, you know, something like there might have been turned on. That's possible. And like I said, with the non-responsive app, who knows what I was connected to anyway. And I do use the app quite a bit. I don't use Supermon a whole lot, although I did figure out how to log into my node through the Supermon and connect and disconnect it that way. It just, instead of, I found out the login credentials started with admin and then the password they gave me. I was able to log it that way when I was having problems, other problems with the app, and I was able to disconnect that way through the Super Monitor. So, all right. Well, I hope, like you said, it sounds like the best method is to just ride it out. We'll see what happens. Hopefully everything is all straightened out and everything is all cleaned up now. Nice and tidy. I don't have anything in the events anymore. And I'm about to time out eternity. Back to you, Nick, ABNMO.
It's not just Clark. It's been hooking up the 015. Stefan's been linking it up as well in the morning sometimes. Actually, he texted me this morning and asked me if I would disconnect it because he couldn't seem to reach it for the disconnect. So, no worries, man. Stuff happens. I just wanted to get it cleaned up before the net started, and I happened to be on both of them, so it started screaming at me from two radios at the same time because I was on Worcester, and then it started coming through the 3.9, and I was like, oh, stereo. Well, what's up?
Oh, that's how you caught it so fast. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how it ends up when I'm on 01. I have it on 015, and I have my node there, and it's just a smidge off. Sometimes it's so close that you could notice some phase cancellation. It's pretty psychedelic through my speaker. And it's just a little bit off, and it'll get louder and softer, and it's just the doubling of signals and then canceling signals because they're almost in sync between 015 and my node, but not quite. So, all right, Nick. Hey, thanks for your help. Thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, I just shut everything off immediately because I didn't know what was going on. So I'm glad it sounds like I'm on the right track with just bringing things back up slowly. So this was the last and final step. So hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, that's fine. There's several guys here that like to check Internet. I'm just not around all the time to turn it on. So others want to do it. That's great. Thanks for disconnecting it. Yeah, I didn't get around to it, so that helped. And you know how to do that, obviously. So yeah, Stefan's welcome to link it up. And well, if he can't disconnect it, I guess he knows how to get a hold of you to take care of it. So we'll get that all worked out there, and hopefully with a few people who connect it there, I can get it a little bit more regularly scheduled, because it does definitely, and I knew it would, you know. I always knew it would work better with one less hop in the system. Bouncing between my node to the repeater was not going to work as well as just directly connecting it, the repeater, right to the hub. That always is going to work better. All right, Nick, I'm going to get ready for bed here. I'm getting sleepy. You have yourself a great night. Thanks for all you do for the club and for the net. KD8SLG, this is AB8MO. Good night.
AB8MO, KD8SLG. All right, man, you have a good night. I got to... well, I don't have to get up any earlier than usual, but I got to be on the road a little after 7 tomorrow morning so I can make PT. Yay! I got a few more exercises to do yet tonight, so that's what I'm doing. You have a great evening. Get some sleep. Maybe we'll hear you tomorrow morning on the Barometer Net. Don't forget to check in with me Friday morning on the Barometer Net. I'll be listening and watching for you. KD8SLG, clear with AB8MO. Good night, Andy.
Sounds good. I'll have to make it a point to check in on Friday, especially. Good night, Nick. AB8MO.